Hey everyone, Goku-san DBZ. Welcome back for my second Minecraft video. So, today I thought in this video I'm just going to start working on trying to basically make a section into like I guess you could say a place for fish to be raised. So I'm just going to start off trying to work on the outskirts of area. So try keep this at least somewhat even for the most part. So just the very basics. If you'd ever like me to do like one of these videos but no actual commentary, let me know. That way, just the sound of building and the relaxing music in the background. As Minecraft music is very good for stress. Well, stress relief I should say. I think I wanted to do this just like two blocks deep overall. I kind of want this series of Let's Play Minecraft videos just to be sort of like the Minecraft equivalent to like watching The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross, except for, well, it's impossible to match Bob Ross's voice. But there is some almost satisfying just by the sounds of destroying blocks. But basically, like everything else right here in this area, I'm going to focus on just using sandstone. Not exactly sure overall how big I want it to be though yet. Now, one thing to know about me, for the most part, I want to predominantly just do like Let's Play type videos in creative mode, but like sometime if you'd be interested, maybe look about trying Survivor, though I'm not exactly used to Survivor mode. One thing I do appreciate about Minecraft is just the sounds, besides getting rid of blocks, the sound effects like the water sound. That's one of the key, I feel, aspects for Minecraft games, frankly, is just the sounds of everything around you, whether it be the animals or not. Besides occasionally doing some of these Minecraft Let's Plays, some other stuff right now, of course, trying to work on, of course, a playthrough of the newer, of course, cat game Stray, as I've talked about before. Well, that's the right amount of depth. But how big do I want to build it on the sides, as I also have to destroy a little bit of the side, like hills and stuff, in order to get it just right. I'm not going to try to convert the whole thing, as I may do something else in the future for the rest base. Just a small section. Maybe I'll go about 8 blocks in total. But destroy some of the other blocks on the side. Yeah, move, pig. I don't know why. Whenever I see or hear the sound of pigs in this, I immediately think about one of 2 movies from the 90s. That being Babe, and also a not-so-good movie called Gordy. Though I gotta give it points for that stupid song called Pig Power in a House, which is so dumb and ridiculous yet funny at the same time. Just classic 90s cheese. If you've never seen Gordy, I recommend checking out like Nostalgia Crick's older review on it. He is pretty funny on it, though I kind of miss older Nostalgia Crick. Like I said in my first video, I'm honestly surprised about how few people really bring up how good the actual soundtrack to this game is. To me, this game deserves a lot more love than it gets on the music side of things. Much like lo-fi, it's very good for when you're stressed. I think Minecraft is one of the best games to play when you just want to relax and just get rid of some stress. Sometimes, when you need to get rid of more stress, that's when I play things like Mortal Kombat to get that more violent side out, but I find games like Minecraft is some of the best things to play when it comes to actually wanting to just reduce your stress level. But like I said yesterday, I first started getting into playing Minecraft back around 2013. Yeah, until I want the water to be about 2 blocks deep. Just very basic. Just deep enough for, like, small fish. But yeah, first really started playing Minecraft 2012. My introduction was the mobile version. Like probably a lot of people, I would say. But the first real, I would say, Minecraft creator I ever watched about Minecraft videos was probably a little someone that's obviously very well known named Captain Sparkles. Really was my first experience with like a strictly Minecraft player. Honestly, I always did like Captain Sparkles, like laid-back personality. And I thought it was, and I appreciate how he didn't like overreact on stuff like so many stupid YouTubers nowadays. Overreact on everything they see. There are some I do find funny on reactions. People like Maximilian Dude, one of my personal favorites. Now, of course, he is somebody who will never, ever touch Minecraft. It's not his cup of tea, but I understand. As Minecraft is, I would say, a somewhat acquired taste, but I think a lot of people have learned the, honestly, brilliance of Minecraft. About basically any age can play the game, as it has real no, like, end goal. Well, except for maybe the somewhat, I guess you could say technically the end goal is to reach the world of the Enderman with the Ender Dragon. And that's probably closest you'll get to like an actual end goal in Minecraft. Which, the Ender Dragon can definitely be intimidating, that's for sure. Well, at least your first time. And it's not easy to, of course, find an actual portal to open to enter the world of the Enderman. On the other hand, the like Nether Realm, or whatever you want to call it, Home for Infinite Losers, any old school DBZ fan would get that reference, of course. If you grew up in the 90s with the early era. Very censored version of course, DBZ. Basically, I guess they thought kids couldn't handle hearing the word or the place hell. So they nicknamed it HFIL, Home for Infinite Losers. Which is fascinating to me, and I'll still always remember that term, which I always found kind of interesting. Just trying to do like a basic, just outline and see, get an idea about how big I want it to be. I would say at the end of the day, like I said, like the port or version of Minecraft that I really first got into was the mobile version. Then I would say of home console, it was for a long time there predominantly the probably 360 and PS3 versions were the main ones I played. It wouldn't be until later on I would pick up the PS4 version, which I appreciate the fact it's compatible with VR, which is awesome. Okay. At least now I have a basic outline. Have a good idea. Okay, but I probably want to at least go maybe to back right here and put in place to outline things with a little bit of sandstone. Yeah, Cal, I know. I like how a lot of the music can be both relaxing but eerie at the same time. Eerie music is good, especially the fear of the unknown. And that's probably because, one, being a longtime fan, if you've watched my YouTube channel for a while, you know I'm like a big fan of classic survival horror. Like classic Silent Hill, classic Resident Evil. Also, older games like Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, which was heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's work. Obviously, like, it's very Cthulhu inspired. Which maybe someday, that'd be an idea, maybe someday I'll try to build a Cthulhu statue or some. That won't be easy, and that'll certainly take a lot of time, that's for sure. One of my favorite things occasionally to do in Minecraft is actually, I guess no surprise, occasionally I enjoy doing things like buildings, like Pokemon, gyms and stuff. And try to mostly be inspired by like the old school Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon games. Yeah, I hear you. So, yeah, it's a good start. Maybe I'll go one block higher. Oops. You mind moving? Thank you. I like trying to do stuff like this first before I finish up, like the actual water section, because it gives me a better idea of how it'll probably look once it's done overall. Not bad, starting wise. Trying to think about how far out I want to go. Probably about here where I'm marked and stopped is probably a good idea. Where to end this at. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's taking a while to get back used to playing with a controller once you've been playing the touch screen and stuff so long, as it's so much easier. But anyways, trying to think some other things. With these Let's Plays, I want to just maybe like talk about just random stuff pops into my head at the time, basically. But it is kind of crazy to think, looking back from like 9 years ago when I started playing the game, it's hard to believe how far Minecraft has evolved and grown as a game, because originally it was very simple. Today, though, it has become a juggernaut, and the fact about the whole part of it actually surpassing a little game called Tetris blows my mind still. I love both games equally. Tetris was my introduction to really those puzzle type of games, though I would find future games I actually enjoy more than Tetris. Games like Super Puzzle Fighter is probably one of the best, arguably. But it's hard to believe how far Minecraft has come. And the fact Minecraft has now been around over a decade and still going. insanely strong. But the thing I like about Minecraft is you can just use your imagination. And that, I think, is one of the best things. And I think one of the reasons why so many kids really enjoy playing games like Minecraft, because it allows them to actually use their imagination. And that's a good thing, in my opinion, because they should be allowed to. Problem is, so many people, I feel like when we get older, some lose like the mindset and the imagination, which is unfortunate. It is nice to see, though, some people never lose their imagination. People specifically, like I would say Hayao Miyazaki. Of course, basically the one responsible for Studio Ghibli, and my favorite anime movie of all time, Spirited Away. As well as many other great classics like Howl's Moving Castle, Castle in the Sky, which of course had Mark Hamill voice the main villain. You have like Ponyo, which had Liam Neeson involved. Of course, with Howl's Moving Castle, Hal was voiced by, of course, Christian Bale, which I still find a fascinating little fun fact. So, yeah, about nice, and then just, I guess, 2 more in between, and I should be good. Okay, that gives me a good basic idea. Yeah, I could use dynamite, I know. It's a lot faster. But then, also, it's more likely it cause trouble, like by destroying part of my already built castle, or whatever you want to call it. But it's interesting when you go look at, like, and there's always like that one question, simple question, which is, why is something, a game specifically or a movie, why is this thing so popular? And how does it continue to stay popular? That is a question. I think at the end of the day, for games like Minecraft, the reason why it stays at the top of the mountain is because, like games like Tetris, its simplicity is, I believe, what is so appealing to many different demographics, age groups, doesn't matter age, what, sexual orientation, or anything. Minecraft is just something that really, I believe, just goes beyond everything else. And I feel Minecraft is something that really, I think, is a very positive game and doesn't tend to make people angry or aggressive. And that's, I think, a reason why games like Minecraft deserve the love and attention it gets. In just my personal opinion, though. it's starting to come along. It'll take a little while just because of how big this hill is. We have so far. Now, I would say when it comes to people like content creators, like who I think is one of the reasons why Minecraft managed to make it such a strong comeback, is a little YouTuber called PewDiePie. I think it's one of the big reasons. Him and his crazy overacting on everything, though I could say that about many big name like YouTube streamers. Besides him, obviously, individuals like Markiplier, which obviously is one of the key most important figures to like the Five Nights at Freddy's series specifically. And also individuals like MatPat, which does way too much Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy MatPat and game theory occasionally, but there is such a thing as beating the dead horse. And that is definitely MatPat's case. I get it though, it gets lots of views, and that's where MatPat is looking, is what is the easiest thing and guaranteed to get good views and better revenue. And of course that's why he's gonna do, why he continues making tons of stuff, and I think frankly he's probably tired of it by now, but he does it just because he knows it's an easy buck. It's easy profit. I mean, personally, I've here and there tried like about 3 different Five Nights at Freddy's games. I tried the original Five Nights at Freddy's, like 3, and then Sister Location. Out of the 3, I would say Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is probably my personal favorite, just because it actually has a little bit better, I think, creepy factor, and I like how there's like a sanity meter. It was obviously influenced by games like Eternal Darkness, which I appreciate. Yeah, I bet a lot of people probably don't realize that. The whole sanity meter thing in that came from like Eternal Darkness and also games like, was it Insomnia or something like that? I forget. But yeah, it is fascinating. Out of games that really, looking at popularity wise, I get and understand why games like Minecraft, or specifically a game like Minecraft, because it continues to go strong and they continue to refine it, plus they add more to the world of Minecraft. Games like Minecraft Dungeons, which is kind of cool. Seeing like Minecraft's basically spin on stuff like Diablo, but more family-friendly version of Diablo. But in my opinion, Minecraft Dungeons is a great like dungeon crawler for people who have never really played games like Diablo 3 and stuff before. I think it's a great introduction personally. As long as you appreciate the aesthetic and the art style and everything, the certain charm Minecraft has, I actually felt did translate over to Dungeons. Most people who hate on Minecraft Dungeons are probably not Minecraft fans, they're probably fans of like old school dungeon crawlers, like I mentioned. Also, I would say an example of a underrated dungeon crawler, perfect example. Silent Hill Book of Memories. A game I feel is overhated and does not deserve the hate in fact it gets. I think, frankly, people hate on it too much. They look at it from the perspective of a Silent Hill game, and as I've said before in past views, I believe I mentioned it in my Silent Hill 2 game review from last October. If you've never played or anything, Silent Hill 2, check out my review, or check out Maximilian Dude's full playthrough, which he did last year, which was great getting to see his reaction, since he had never played Silent Hill 2 before. For me, Silent Hill 2 is arguably, I consider, a crowning jewel of psychological survival horror games. It really takes the storytelling and stuff of like Resident Evil and things to a whole different level. And that's definitely a positive in my opinion. Yeah, it's starting to come along at least. I think I'm gonna get ready to cut up this Let's Playthrough, and in my third video, I will finish off the start of what I started here and try to get the fish and everything in, and then we'll look at some also other possible stuff to finish up from my old 4-year-old gameplay or world from back in 2018. But with that said, I'll see y'all next time. Stay safe out there.